Welcome to our Rapid e-learning series. This session covers customizing your Gmail with Labs. During this session, you will tour Gmail Labs found inside Settings, locate and make changes to Gmail through the use of Labs, and locate additional online Gmail resources. To launch Gmail from your desktop, simply click on the Gmail icon. You can also launch and use Gmail from any computer by typing in the URL mail.multco.us. To view and change Labs, go to the upper right-hand corner of your Gmail interface and select Settings. You will see a variety of settings listed here at the top, including Labs. Select Labs. When you come to this Labs page, you will notice that the labs are listed in alphabetical order. Let's review and customize a few of the labs that are the most popular. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first lab, Canned Responses. Canned responses can be useful if you have more than one signature you want to use, or if you have a message template you send often but do not want to have to retype it each time. Select Enable Canned Responses. Save your changes. And when you compose a message, you'll note that the canned response link is now active. As I type in the message I want to save, when I'm finished, go ahead and select the drop-down button to the right of Canned Responses. Select Save New Canned Response. Label your response. Select OK. And now, when you compose a message, go back to Canned Responses, click on the drop-down button. Here's your canned response. Simply select the one you just saved, and it will appear inside your message text. The next lab, Custom Keyboard Shortcuts, allows you to use keyboard shortcuts that are found in Settings. Go ahead and enable the lab. Save your changes. And when you go into your settings, you'll turn keyboard shortcuts on, and you'll be able to use the keyboard shortcuts that are available in Gmail. To learn more about keyboard shortcuts and print a list of all the available shortcuts, to the left of the General Settings, you'll see a link that says Learn More. Default Text Stylings is another popular lab. As I enable this lab, save my changes, I'm going to go back into my settings and then I'm going to see a section in my settings called Default Text Style. I now have options to choose what I want my message responses to look like. I can select my text. I have the option to bold my text, italicize it, choose a different font, make my text larger or smaller, change the color of my text, or go back to the original formatting. Once I've decided on the default text I like, I save my changes. Now, as I create a new message and begin typing in the text box, I see my default text stylings. Our next lab is Insert Images. When I enable this lab, I can bring an image into my email message. I go ahead and save my changes. Go back and compose a new message. And then I'll see that I have a graphic image that allows me to insert a message into my text. As I click on that icon, I can either insert an image from my computer, or if I have a URL, I can insert an image that way. If I've already got an image saved on my desktop or in a folder, I grab the image, click on Open, click on OK, and the image comes into my email. At this point, I have several other options for working with my image. If I click on the image itself, I can change the size to small, medium, large, or back to the original size. I can also remove my image. The next lab we're going to take a look at is Nested Labels. This is a great lab if you want to create sublabels under the current labels you have. I enable Nested Labels, save my changes, and when I go back into the labels that I originally have, here I have a label called Home. To the left of the label, I have this drop-down box. As I choose Add Child Label to my Home label, and if I type in a label called Medical Reports, select OK, notice that nested underneath my original Home label, I now have a new label called Medical Reports. Send and Archive is another lab you may want to enable. This gives you the option to automatically have your email and your response to the email archived after you send it. It can be one more way to effectively manage your inbox. I enable Send and Archive, save my changes. Now, as I go back to my inbox, I see that I have a message I'm going to reply to. Notice that I now have an option to send this message and archive the message just by clicking on the link that says Send and Archive. If I go into my All Mail to check for that archived message, I see it here. Superstars is another popular lab. When I enable Superstars, this lets me add additional star icons to my emails. I save my changes in my labs, but then I have one more step. I go into my general settings, and I go down to the section that has Superstars, and I simply drag up any of the superstars that I want to use to mark my current email messages. Once I have the superstars I want to use, I save my changes. Now, if I have a particular message that I want to label with a superstar, I simply click on the superstar until the right selection appears. Undo Send is another lab you may want to enable. Save your changes in Labs, and then go back into your settings and scroll down until you see the Undo Send section. Click on Enable Undo Send, and then specify the time you want to change your mind. You have from 5 to 30 seconds. Save your changes in Settings. Now, as you respond to a message, click on Send. Note that at the top of the message, you have an option to undo that message. Click on Undo, and your message has been recalled. Now that you have had a chance to explore some of the available labs, here are additional resources to assist you. You can go into the Multnomah County intranet, click on the Google section, and select available trainings and additional information. You can also send an email to the Google Guides at googleguide@multco.us, and you can contact the help desk. Thank you for your time today. Enjoy customizing your Gmail with Labs.